Hi, this should be my last video with a totally shitty lack of equipment. Does that mean you're a girl that wants to be a guy? It means I am a guy who was born in a girl's body, and I get this one the most. I understand how it happens, but the language implies that being trans is voluntary, which anyone who's trans would not agree with. This also implies that the person is actually the gender assigned to them at birth, which they are not. If you're a guy and you like guys, does that mean you're straight? Identify a trans person based on what they are becoming, not how they started out. I like trannies. Can I be your friend? You can say something like, I appreciate that you defy cultural expectations, or I like that you've put so much thought into your gender, or I think trans people are really courageous, because that's all really flattering and sounds like you're thinking about who we are as people rather than getting excited about what we might or might not have in our pants. My friend, he's trans. Do not assume that someone wants to be outed or that they want you to do it for them. It is their prerogative. It may be imperative that they remain stealth or that people not know that they're trans for work. It may be an area where it is dangerous to be trans and they could be potentially beaten up. Not letting people know that you were originally a different gender is a really good way to avoid all of the faux pas in this video and having to deal with them. I don't have a way to do this with a clever balloon. This may be the single most important advice I can give you. You, of course, want to use correct pronouns. She for a trans woman, he for a trans man, but this also means that the trans woman is daughter, waitress, actress, etc. So not only the correct pronouns, but the correct words, the correct word endings. Slipping in this category could out them, and using the correct words is how you show that you respect their identity. My friend once almost got into a bar fight for saying to a trans woman, "What's up, man?" And that might be a little extreme, but you know. What do your privates look like? Which is really only acceptable if you're planning to hook up with someone over Craigslist. What's your real name? The problem with this one is actually a little bit more subtle. It's the use of the word real, because I don't necessarily think that my given name is my real name. It just might be information that the trans person doesn't want to give, and it should be something that they volunteer, not that you ask for. Can I see a picture of what you used to look like? Especially if there's some kind of romantic interest between the two of you, it gives the impression that you're interested in their before gender in a way that would make them uncomfortable. And some trans people would prefer not to deal with anything that happened pre-transition. No, this is something that if someone feels close to you, there's a decent chance they will actually show you at some point, depending on how they feel. You were way cuter before you transitioned. You were way more attractive when you were starving yourself to death. So you're a trans. You're transing? This is actually just me being a grammar Nazi. Trans is an adjective. It is not a noun, it is not a verb. The verb is transitioning. The potential nouns are trans folk, trans person, trans people. Yeah, it just makes you sound stupid. It's not actually offensive. You're a freak. I realize if you're watching this video for serious reasons rather than to flame me, you wouldn't say this. You just have to be careful what words you use. It's like how Eddie Izzard chooses to call himself a transvestite, so that's okay, but the PC term is crossdresser. And I'm kind of not PC. I find the word tranny hilarious, but if you didn't know me and you called me a tranny, I'd probably kind of want to box your ears. I don't actually know how to box ears. And I would never call another trans person a tranny without their permission, because that's just as offensive as coming from someone who isn't trans. These rules, though I may laugh at them a little bit, I'm completely serious about, and they apply to you even if you're trans. You still have to respect other trans people. If you're curious about the etiquette of dating a trans woman, which is something that I'm not that familiar with. There's a really cool video, link here and down below. In summary, treat a trans person like the gender they say they are, no matter how they appear to you, and use the words they want you to use, and don't be a douche.